crash budgeting. If you don't know what crash budgeting is, it's planning for a loss of income. So we want to create a budget that can reduce our expenses dramatically and in different stages. So if we've lost some income a little bit, but we didn't lose all of our income, we don't have to go as extreme. So we create these staggering stages of ways of saving money. For a crash budget, you want to think in extremes. What can I do? Maybe cut entirely, not just reduce something. What can I switch companies and completely slash the price? What can I switch companies for and maybe save myself half the money or take 20% off? And then we're going to take categories that we know we can reduce. So this is what you would do if you had debt and you wanted to do a debt repayment. Things like food, entertainment. You can even reduce your rent and utilities by having a roommate or dropping a service entirely, or just raising your air conditioner temperature. All of those things. Even some of your maintenance activities you could put on hold for a while if you needed to, in order to get a job again and have some income coming in. So knowing all of those things that you want to halt. I get the house treated for bugs quarterly, I think. And you could completely drop that service. You can treat the bugs yourself for not that much money. And all of these things could actually save you some money. And you could do this long term, or you could do this just for the crash budget. I highly recommend you go ahead and make a crash budget, even if you don't foresee a reason necessarily why you're going to need it in the near future. And then update it annually, because prices on things change, deals change. And so knowing, for instance, that I get recycling taken away, curbside recycling, and I could drop that service entirely and go deliver my own recycling to the city drop-off points. And they're further away now, but it's a viable option for saving money. The intention of this is that it's short term, and that we can raise this back up once we've addressed the immediate cut in income. I hope you found this useful. I'd like to show you a screenshot of my crash budget and some of the categories and notes that I put on there. For instance, cutting rent by having somebody, well, it's not rent in my case, it's property taxes. So I could cut my property taxes by having a roommate that then could pay me in some rent, right? And that would offset property taxes and several of the utilities, perhaps even covering the entire amount. That's a rather extreme example. For some people that's easy, no big deal. For other people that's a harder thing to think about doing. For instance, I only have one bathroom in this house, but I have 4 bedrooms, only 3 of them legal. So there's lots of options for having roommates, right? Have roommates to save you some money. One of the other things that I put in my crash budget is to drop the recycling, as I mentioned before. I can't do much about electric or heating. I could modify them slightly, but not by much. And can't do anything about water. I'm not watering a lawn or anything. There's really nothing to cut back there. So what I have on utilities that I can change are, I can get a cheaper cell phone plan, because right now I'm on a family plan through Verizon. There are lots of other options here in the city, so I could pick something else. And yeah, let's see what else. Also dropping utilities. Now this has backfired on me. I dropped my switch companies. Oh no, I called in to switch plans on my existing company initially. And the salesperson, of course, told me I was going to save quite a bit of money. In actuality, I wound up paying almost double. So this one backfired on me pretty bad. And it took me too long to figure out that that's what happened. So it was a cheap price for a couple of months, and I knew that period would end, but it was supposed to just bounce me back up to where I was. In reality, it wound up being almost $15 more per month than what I was paying before. So this one backfired. Ultimately, I changed companies again, and I've reduced it down to $25 from $34, I think. So I did save money, but it took me too long to get to that place that I actually probably undid most of my savings to date. Yeah, that's not good. Those utility switches are the tricky ones. So you can do this with your cable plans, you can do this with subscriptions, you can bounce subscriptions around and then get promotional deals when you switch back. You can drop all of those services and just not have TV, watch DVDs or something. I definitely cut eating out, so that dropped my grocery plan down to $400 a month. And I'm still above, at $400 a month, I'm still above the national average spent on food. But it works for me. It lets me eat out occasionally. So that's a good amount of money for food for me. And then, let's see, I planned to drop a membership, and I did. I dropped my gym membership. I also went shopping for cheaper insurance, so I went ahead and did that as well. And one more, what was it? Oh, I left the option to drop my bug treatment service, and I ultimately haven't chose to do that so far. It's a quarterly payment, and so far I'm doing that still because I appreciate having the bugs taken care of for me, and I haven't needed to go that extreme yet.